Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome to each of you. Today's webinar, we will focus on addressing the significant challenges clinical sites face, including enrolling participants within timelines, managing study startup activities, ensuring the accuracy and accessibility of data collection, managing regulatory documents, and accurately reporting adverse events. We'll introduce the Unified Trials platform, a transformative solution that optimizes patient recruitment, enables real-time data collection with validation, centralizes site operation management, provides a digital repository for trial documents, and facilitates efficient tracking and reporting of adverse events. We will delve into real-world use cases, highlighting the platform's capabilities in transforming clinical site operations to be more efficient, compliant, and patient-centered. By leveraging eClinical solutions, we aim to enhance trial success, ensure patient safety, and meet regulatory standards, ultimately advancing clinical research. Before we begin, a few housekeeping notes. So this session is recorded and all participants will be muted. If you have any questions, please use the Q&A section to submit your questions. Please ensure your devices are in silent mode, and if you encounter any technical issues, don't hesitate to inform us in the chat. Recording of this webinar will be posted on our website and emailed to all who have signed up. Moving ahead to today's flow of the session, we'll cover a quick round of introduction about the speakers and about Cloudbyz before delving into our topic and end the session with a product demo and Q&A round. We value your time, so we'll be keeping a close eye on the clock to ensure we cover all the content within the allocated time frame. We encourage your active participation by submitting your questions and engaging with our speakers during the Q&A session. We are here to create a dynamic, enriching learning environment for everyone. Moving on, let me introduce our speaking panel for today. Firstly, we have Tanir Das. He's a Life Sciences Solution Manager at Cloudbyz and has been associated with the industry for past 8 years. Next, we have Corey, our Pre-Sales Manager at Cloudbyz and has been associated with the clinical trials industry for past 5 years. And I'm Pooja Sood, your host and coordinator for today. A quick introduction about Cloudbyz. Cloudbyz eClinical is one of the fastest growing unified clinical trial management solution for sites in the market. We are 100% built on Salesforce platform, which provides a unique advantage of being scalable, modular, and configurable as per your business requirements and processes. Our unified eClinical solution helps customers across all sizes, right from Fortune 500 companies to agile and nimble startups, conduct clinical trials efficiently, and bring life-saving therapies faster to market and improve patient lives. Globally, we are present in 3 countries. We are headquartered in Chicago, USA, with offices in Toronto, Canada, and offshore delivery center in Bengaluru, India. This setup offers a unique advantage to us for servicing our customers across any time zone. Now, let me take you through our eClinical platform. Firstly, our flagship product, the CTMS, enables end-to-end project management of clinical trials. Next, CTBM is our financial and budget management tool. Moving over to ETMF, it is our document management tool, and the EDC, which is a data management product. Finally, safety and pharmacovigilance product, which manages clinical trial safety and post-marketing pharmacovigilance. In addition to this, we recently launched a cutting-edge AI platform called the clinicalwave.ai, which comprises of ClinRedact, ClinExtract, and ClinDicom that helps clinical trial users redact and extract PHI and PII information across trial documents and DICE images. More importantly, all our products seamlessly integrate with any other products. To know more about our eClinical suite, you can visit our website, cloudbyz.com, or to book a demo, you can email us at info@cloudbyz.com. In terms of global safety regulations, our solutions are 100% compliant to FDA 21 CFR Part 11, GCP, HIPAA, and also Pledge 1%. As an organization, we are ISO 9001 and 27001 certified. And lastly, we are proud to be recognized by the Inc. 5000 as one of the fastest growing companies in America and Startup US as top 5 emerging pharmacovigilance startups. Now, without further ado, I will now hand over to Tanir. Tanir, over to you.
Sure. Thank you, Pooja, for setting the stage with the introductions about Cloudbyz and our products. I would now like to take the discussion forward by speaking about the present challenges plaguing the clinical trials at site locations and how unified clinical trials platforms can be a game changer in this regard. So hold on tight, folks. We have some very interesting content lined up for you. Okay, so running clinical site operations is a tricky business, no doubt about that, and it poses several significant challenges that impact the efficiency and the success of clinical trials, especially when you have to operate within the watertight confinements of the regulators. So let's delve into each of the challenge and try to understand them a bit better. The first one being participant enrollment within timelines. Well, clinical sites often struggle to enroll an adequate number of participants within specified timelines. In fact, as per official estimates, near to 35 to 40% of studies never reach closure because of recruitment challenges. This can and will lead to delays in study completion and compromises the statistical power of the trial. Over to the next challenge, which is about managing study startup activities. As you would all know, that initiating a clinical trial involves a multitude of activities, including sending out site feasibility questionnaires, executing site qualifications and enrollments, tracking the site qualification and initiation visit activities, along with establishing of site infrastructure. These startup activities need real-time monitoring, without which they would lead to delays in the trial initiation. Data collection accuracy and accessibility is our third challenge. Well, ensuring accurate and timely data collection is paramount for maintaining data integrity and making informed decisions. However, traditional paper based methods that are mostly used for case report forms and clinical trials may lead to errors in data collection and hinder real time access to critical data. Over to point four, managing regulatory documents and submission. Well, clinical trials across the globe are subject to stringent regulatory requirements as per, as per the laws of the land in which they are conducted and necessitate the meticulous management of documents and adherence to submission guidelines of the authorities. Failure to comply with regulatory standards can result in delays or even mid trial terminations. And to the final challenge, which speaks about accurate reporting of adverse events and protocol deviations. Well, to ensure and uphold participant safety and maintain trial integrity, any adverse event and protocol deviation must be accurately reported and documented to regulatory authorities as per the guidelines of the submission. Inaccurate or delayed reporting can compromise patient welfare and regulatory compliance. So, addressing these challenges require innovative solutions that streamline site operations, enhance data quality, and ensure compliance with regulatory standards. This is where eClinical solutions play a pivotal role, offering a comprehensive approach to overcoming these obstacles and optimizing the conduct of clinical trials at sites. So, with that, we'll move to the next slide, where we'll discuss about the solution to these problems. So now, having discussed about the major challenges at site locations, let's see how the present day eClinical solutions offer a comprehensive array of tech-enabled features to manage these problems. The first and foremost, the unified trial platform is engineered to optimize patient recruitment with engagement. Traditional recruitment methods often fall short in reaching target populations effectively. However, clinical platforms leverage advanced engagement strategies to attract and retain participants through targeted outreach, personalized communications and engagement, and continuous monitoring. These platforms ensure that the trial sites are equipped to meet enrollment targets within specified timelines, thereby enhancing the trial success and progression. But then recruitment is just the beginning. Once participants are enrolled, the platform would also facilitate real-time data, patient data collection with checking and validation of it. We can leave behind the days of cumbersome paper-based data collection methods prone to errors and delays, and the new age electronic forms that have come in help to make the data collection process extremely seamless, aided by built-in validation checks that ensure the data accuracy and integrity of it. Centralized site operations management is another key feature of Unified Trials platform. Site operations are multifaceted and often involve numerous stakeholders, documents, and tasks. eClinical solutions streamline these processes by centralizing operations management from document storage and task assignment to communication channels. This centralized approach not only fosters collaboration and efficiency, but also ensures compliance with regulatory requirements and internal standards. Furthermore, these platforms provide a digital repository for trial documents. In the recent past, managing regulatory documents and ensuring timely submissions to regulatory authorities were in fact a daunting task for site personnel. With eClinical platforms, trial sites gain access to a secure digital repository where trial documents can be stored, accessed, and shared with ease. This not only enhances document management efficiency, but also facilitates the version control and the audit readiness as well. And last but not the least, the Unified Trials platform includes robust tools for tracking and reporting adverse events and protocol deviations. Ensuring participant safety and trial integrity is paramount in clinical research. These platforms equip trial sites with the tools they need to track, report, and document adverse events and protocol deviations accurately and efficiently. By managing comprehensive records and facilitating timely reporting, the platforms help to ensure compliance with regulatory requirements and also safeguard the participant well being. So, in short, unified platforms represent a holistic solution to the challenges faced by clinical trial sites. By optimizing patient recruitment, facilitating real time data collection, centralizing site operations management, providing a digital repository for trial documents, and enabling accurate tracking and reporting of adverse events and protocol deviations, these platforms empower trial sites to conduct their studies more efficiently, accurately, and also within the compliance requirements. Okay, so with that, we have completed an overview of the solution, which mostly is the clinical products that are available in the market. So we will now take the discussion forward and discuss about the specific use cases. So having discussed about how modern AG clinical solutions can help solve the problems that we raised before, we would now like to take the discussion forward by digging deeper into each of the specific use cases that we have here. So for the first use case, we have run patient-centric campaigns with tracking. So here we will illustrate how eClinical capabilities enable targeted outreach and continuous monitoring through recruitment campaigns, volunteer segmentation, and study websites. By leveraging these features, clinical sites can identify potential participants, engage them effectively, and monitor the success of recruitment efforts in real time. This approach not only enhances enrollment rates but also ensures that the participants remain engaged throughout the trial duration, leading to improved retention and overall trial success. As for the second use case, we speak about patient data collection with accuracy through digital forms. In this scenario, we will highlight the benefits of digitized forms in optimizing patient data collection at trial sites. By leveraging these cutting edge eClinical capabilities, sites are able to minimize errors in real time and streamline the intake of electronic health and medical records. Site personnel can easily visualize studies according to protocol requirements and access details such as phase type, therapeutic area, indications, outcomes, eligibility within a few clicks of the application. These newest solutions also streamline direct capture of clinical data in real time from diagnostic devices and wearables, eliminating the need for paper based sources altogether. With that, we'll move to the third use case, which speaks about accelerating site activation timelines. Well, here we demonstrate how eClinical tools expedite site activation timelines, starting from the approvals all the way till the patient enrollment, expediting treatment access, and enhancing the pace of clinical research. Through operational metrics, milestones and task tracking, automated invoice generation, and integration with CRO and sponsor portals, sites get to leverage real time insights, streamline internal processes, and foster seamless collaboration among external stakeholders from the sponsors and the CROs, which ultimately lead to accelerating the site activation timelines and improving the patient outcomes. Moving to use case 4, which is also a final use case, we will showcase the importance of maintaining an inspection ready culture at sites through meticulous record keeping and compliance with eClinical features like ISF binder and delegation logs. By implementing robust document management processes within an eClinical platform, clinical sites can ensure that trial documents are organized, accessible, and compliant with regulatory standards at all times. This proactive approach not only facilitates efficient inspections but also enhances overall trial quality and integrity, ultimately leading to successful trial outcomes. Okay, so now that we have explored these popular use cases of clinical systems in running clinical trial operations, let's try to understand what are the key features one must look out for while procuring these systems. So, we all know in the world of clinical research, precision and efficiency are paramount, and innovation is obviously the key. Given the fact that e-clinical solution providers landscape is pretty busy with established players and newer solutions coming up to challenge the existing ways of work, the need is even greater to have a quick reference guide that helps in shortlisting the optimum e-clinical solution for your sites. So, here is a top five list that you might want to, look at while you are, considering the sites that can be, or, the solutions that you want to take up for your trial site locations. The first one being unified data management and real-time visibility. Well, in today's fast-paced clinical research landscape, having a unified data management system is crucial. The ideal platform is one which centralizes all trial-related data, providing real-time visibility into study progress, participant status, and data quality metrics. With this level of insight, site teams can make informed decisions quickly, ensuring smooth trial operations and optimal outcomes. The second one is streamline automation and improved efficiency. Well, efficiency is obviously the cornerstone of running any clinical trial operations. An ideal clinical solution offers streamlined automation features, reducing manual errors and repetitive tasks. Picture a platform where automated workflow processes, schedules tasks, and seamlessly integrates with existing systems. By leveraging automation, site teams can focus their time and energy on what matters the most, which is advancing the science and improving the patient outcomes. The third requirement would be flexible, modular, configurable, secure, and scalable system. Well, flexibility, scalability, and security are non-negotiable in today's digital landscape. A top-notch e-clinical solution should be flexible, modular, and configurable to meet the unique needs of each clinical trial site. It should also prioritize security, safeguarding sensitive trial data against cyber threats, and ensuring compliances with regulatory standards. And let's not forget scalability. The ability to grow and adapt alongside organizations ensures long-term success and sustainability, and also allows the sites and the studies to be conducted at multi-country site locations. The fourth point being improve regulatory compliance and data quality of the system. Well, compliance with regulatory requirements is paramount in clinical research. An effective e-clinical solution supports adherence to GCP, FDA, and GDPR regulations while ensuring data quality and integrity. Imagine a platform with built-in validation checks, audit trails, and electronic signatures, features that instill confidence in regulators and stakeholders alike, facilitating smoother audits and approvals. And with that, we'll come to the final must have, which is seamless collaboration of these systems. Well, collaboration is at the heart of running successful trials. Any clinical solution should foster seamless communication and collaboration among study team members, sponsors, CROs, and regulatory authorities. Picture a platform where everyone can easily access and share their study data, communicate in real time, and collaborate effectively regardless of their geographical location, especially for multi country site locations. This level of collaboration promotes transparency, accountability, and ultimately trial success. So, with that, we come to the end of the industry analysis and our point of view in terms of where the clinical solutions are headed for clinical trial sites. And with that, we will move over our focus, and we will discuss about the Cloudbyz Unified Trial Platform for sites. So, this platform will help clinical trial sites experience a seamless trial management with a user-friendly cloud-based system designed to efficiently manage site operations, collect patient data, and store trial documents securely while meeting all the essential regulatory compliances like FDA 21 CIFA Part 11, GCP, CAM5 HIPAA, and EU GDPR. In the center of your screen, you will find the product wheel for our unified trial platform for sites. And on the very outer rim, you will find all the offerings that we have. And you can, as you can see, we have the CTMS, the consent, the ECRMs, the e-regulatory, e-source, training management, invoice generation, recruitment portals, as well as patient recruitment. And all of these offerings, they help in seamlessly elevating the experience for patients, investigators, as well as the stakeholders participating in these trials. Okay, so with that, we complete a quick round of introduction about the unified trial platform for sites. And I would now like to hand it over to Corinne to take forward with a live demonstration of our product. Over to you, Corinne. Thank you.
Thanks, Tanir. Alrighty, good morning, everyone. Thank you again for joining us today. As Tanir mentioned, I'll be walking you through the various modules he's touched upon. So I'll start with our patient recruitment solution, or PR, as I'll be calling it. We can create a public-facing website for you to add actively recruiting trials to. What is a clinical trial? You can post blogs. So all of this information can be available to those interested volunteers and patients. They can come in, register, sign up to receive email notifications for new trials. This is all configurable that we can create here. So enter a specific study. We can read more about the study. We can see the inclusion, exclusion criteria. They can determine if they want to proceed with selecting a location, if that's applicable. If there are multiple locations, they can choose one closest to them. And we have a couple steps here. So registering their interest just in general for that trial, they can go ahead, take it a step further, go through a pre-screen, and then even take it one step further, and they can, if they qualify in that pre-screen, they can continue to book their screening visit at that particular site. Again, if there are multiple, they have that option, and they can select what time works for them. Ahead of the screening visits, you can send that volunteer their login credentials to access our participant portal or our volunteer portal, whatever you'd like to brand this as, so they can log in with their credentials, access any e-consents ahead of time. This portal can be used for them to re-log into later on if that study has e-pros or they have to complete e-diary entries. We can make those available, track any payments due to them, and then additionally, view any studies that they are actively participating or have previously participated in. So we have these portals available for them to complete that electronic e-consent and additional functions as well. Internally, we are looking at our Cloudbyz PR homepage. Includes a dashboard. You will see this dashboard change as I switch to the various modules that we have available. Within our PR, we can manage our recruitment campaigns, create those and manage those participant leads that are coming in from that website, manage those volunteer profiles. I also have a query manager here. So I can use this tool to create a targeted list of specific populations based on criteria for a specific study, specific demographics I can target. So for example, we'll query our volunteer profile list for specifically males, African American race, perhaps, apply that filter, and we see this shortlisted for us. So with this list, I can save it, I can export it, I can add these volunteers to a campaign. By saving the query, this will allow me to be notified whenever there are volunteers added to the system or registering that meet that criteria that I've outlined here, so I can stay on top of those and reach out to them as they're coming in. So that's a little sneak peek at our patient recruitment. I'll seamlessly switch gears into our CTMS application from the app launcher there. Once again, as I mentioned, that dashboard is going to update to show us different metrics here because we're in a different application. Across the system, we have this subscription feature, so I can subscribe to receive any dashboards, any reports directly in my email. I can also sign up my stakeholders, like those sponsors and those CROs, to also receive these notifications and, reports and dashboards in their direct in their inbox as well. Moving along to our studies tab. So we can view them, they're sorted. We are currently looking at all of our studies sorted by their study status. This is just an example of one of the views we can have. You can sort by sponsor, you can sort by phase, therapeutic area. It is really up to you and your preference there. We'll enter in our cardiac arrest study that we were taking a look at before. So within that study record, we can see key details in our compact layout. These are configurable fields, and then also some quick action buttons along the top. And you'll see these change as I go through the various objects. But basically at the click of a button, I can generate an invoice. I can create that study startup checklist, view my delegation log, etc. So there's various buttons that you can keep an eye on there along the top. Below that, we see where our study is in its life cycle, currently set to enrolling for us, and we have our sub tabs that I'll be going through within this study record. Details include study information. This can be also, again, configured. If you wanted to capture different information, that is no problem. Our planning sub-tab allows us to generate milestones and tasks from a template, saving us some time there. So we have milestones and associated tasks. Those can be assigned to individuals. They can have due dates and notifications all associated with that as well. Study team members under our planning. The visit plan is nothing but a schedule of events from the protocol. This is required to have that e-source function and that CTBM, that budget management. So we'll get to see that shortly. Our subjects sub-tab here, roll up of all of our subjects and their subject visits and status. A nice graph for us to check out those completed payments for those subject stipends. An aggregate view of our adverse events. A nice graph we've introduced here, protocol deviation. So those can all be tracked within our study. Training sub-tab includes training topics. So these can be created and assigned to different staff members. They will get that notification. They can log in and track that they've completed that training. In the event that there are multiple sites, you have satellite sites, a site network, you have the ability to associate those sites to a particular study. So we'll take a look at our site here, 100 Scott. Again, key details, we can see that that site is currently set to enrolling. Details about that site, general information, assignments, etc. Startup just includes those site team members as well as their responsibilities, and this is going to feed into that electronic delegation of authority log. So that can all be routed within the system for signatures, electronic signatures, and then filed in the eReg as well. Site level milestones and tasks. Example of a checklist here, essential documents checklist. This can come directly from again, template. You can track the collection of essential documents, check out the training logs that have been assigned for this site and who it's been assigned to. So all of that can be managed within the startup of our site record here. The monitoring calendar just takes a look and shows us we have any upcoming monitoring visits. Looks like there's an IMV next Thursday. Site level subjects, once again, a nice graph for us to see them based on their subject status. Financials, so we're able to see budgets, payments, sponsor invoices here available for us to track. We'll take a look quickly into that budget. We have an approved version here. Right, so we're looking at our site budget for this particular site, for this particular study. We can see the version, the status, the information like the subjects and things like that are coming directly from that study details, so no need to enter that. We can calculate indirect cost percentages as well, and then each budget line item has individual tasks too that we can add and collate. Take a look at those. Or site fees, for example. Subject costs, again, this is pulling directly from that visit plan that we would have created. So we see our visits across the top, mimicking our schedule of events from the protocol, procedures, or assessments on the left. And then we're just seeing at what point those procedures occur. And then we have associated costs with all of those. So that's going to be able to give us that nice site budget view. Alrighty. So coming back to our site, let's come back to our site, cardiac arrest study. Again, adverse events and PDs at the site level. We have risk management that can be included, trial supply management, kits and shipments tracking. So that's all available again within the CTMS system for your users to take a look at there. We'll switch to our eSource now. So again, that homepage dashboard has updated. This can also be user specific too. So various users of the system can be viewing different metrics upon logging in, whatever's relevant to their role. Something new here in this application is our forms library. So this is where we house our eCRF templates. So commonly used forms that we will use over and over again, as long as it's built in our form library once, you have the ability to import these eCRFs, these forms, these ePros, etc., into your study to make further study-specific edits if that's required. This is really going to save a lot of time when you're setting up those studies because we have this forms library to choose from. And that's something that can grow over time. You can add to this at any time. We'll take a look at our vital signs eCRF here just to get an idea of what that looks like. There are sections. Within the section, we have various fields. So vital signs, details, blood pressure, height and weight, etc. These are just samples here. I'll open up our systolic blood pressure field so we can take a look at that. The system has over 25 different field types. This particular field is a number field. So with that comes some configuration values. We can set the length of the number, any decimal places. Looks like we've enabled units to say that this is specific units for this field. There are additional functions here. We can have help text. We've said that this field is required or mandatory for data entry. Can have blinding set up. Looks like there's a rule enabled here, so we can take a look at that. And then just indicating if SDV, source data verification, is required or not for each field that can be set up, or if it's just a data review process that's required. So that can be set for each field. As I said, we had a rule set up here, so it looks like the rule is telling us that when there is data entered outside of this expected range of 90 to 120, it's going to populate a message on screen for us, but we have the ability to bypass that. So it's not a hard stop. There are various actions that go along with these rules. And the idea is really just to allow our users to feel comfortable setting up these CRFs, building their own rules, and being able to have those edit checks and automations in place. Okay, so that's just a quick look at the forms library. In terms of data entry, though, we can do that at the study level, we can do it at the site level, we can do it at the subject level. I'll take a look at our clinical site, Welland General Hospital. We are in this site record and about to begin some study data entry. This site is considered enrolling, so I have the ability to add new subjects as they come along. Below that, in the status, I'll give this just a moment to load up here. There we go. We have various subject statuses we can see. Can also toggle to see my data statuses. So how am I doing for my data entry? Are there anything requiring PI signature? Any data errors? That our subject records are along the left-hand side. We'll take a look at those shortly. There's a couple different ways that we can view our data as well. So currently we're looking at tree view, but preferred is also that matrix view. So I can take a look here, see all of my subjects, what is their status, how are we doing with each of those visits that they have. We can see those icons telling us if there are data entry errors, open queries, is it review in progress. So we can take a look at the visit level, the ECRF level as well, and the forms level. So that's all available for viewing. We'll come back to our tree view, pop open subject 33 here, expand this, and we have visits and forms. Forms are our available forms for data entry at any point. So adverse events, for example, concomitant medications, they're not associated with a particular visit. Whereas if I expand my visits, we get to see, again, a very basic schedule of events from our visit plan. I'll just open this up. There we go. Screening, visit 1, end of study. Very simple here, just for our demo purposes. Expand my screening, and I can see we have various CRFs, demographics, eligibility, physical examination. Those have all been completed. They're check marked off for data completion, and we can see our screening visit is still considered in progress because our vital signs has yet to have any data entry done. So I'll take a look at that. We can start entering some data, and we can also see that rule that we had set up on our systolic blood pressure field. Some branching logic here. If I say yes, the vital signs were performed, we're going to see those applicable fields and sections appear for us to complete our data entry. This red asterisk is just indicating that this is a mandatory field for us. We saw, again, over 25 different field types that are available, multi-select, single select, numbers. We'll put in a crazy number just out of the realm of what we had set here for that validation rule, and we'll save that, and we can see that trigger. Bear with me as I just complete some data entries. You can see no negative values are allowed on this field. We have some question help text here as well. Okay, so we'll go ahead and save that. We also have auto saving features as well to just help with ensuring that no data is lost while we're entering data. We don't want to have to do double data entry or anything like that. So as we can see, it's triggered an error for us. It's just telling us that the value we've entered is outside of the expected range. As I said, we set that up as a rule there, so I can correct or confirm that or bypass that and add a note. All of that will be captured in the audit log. So that is at each field level, we're going to capture that. Anytime a field is also updated, we're going to have to capture why are we updating this field? And again, all of that is available in the audit log. So once our data entry is completed, we have, I'll just take a look at our demographics, for example, additional fields that appear for data reviewers to come in and they can complete a data review. As I said, that can be at a question level setup if that's required to be in place. That can be set up per study as well. Queries can be issued at each field level, automated queries or manual queries issued by the reviewer. So we can set a priority on that query. it can be assigned to a specific user of the system or a specific role that is also available. Set a category and then enter those query details. So again, those will all be captured in the audit trail as well. Once review is completed, there are no outstanding queries. We have the ability to set up API signature. That is a 21 CFR Part 11 compliance signature. That can be done at the subject record level. It can be done at a form level, so signing off on maybe SAEs. It can be done at a visit level as well. If I open up subject 30 here, I believe we have our screening visit signed off. Right, so it would notify the PI, they can come in. As you can see, this is now considered locked. No more data entry can be completed because this PI has signed off. I can view that signature, again, compliant with 21 CFR Part 11. Electronic signatures, it's capturing all of those details. And that's just, again, can be done at the visit level, form level, ECRF level, subject record level. That is all configurable. So that was just a quick, again, sneak peek at our eSource. I'll switch gears now, again, one more time for our final module, taking a look at that eReg. A nice specific dashboard to our eReg, documents expiring by status, etc. Directly into our eReg tab here. I'll just orient ourselves. On the left-hand side are all of our study folders, or our root folders. These are our studies. As you add a study to the system, we have automations in place so that the root folder will automatically get created. We can have automations to automatically create whatever folder structure you would like to have implemented, and that can change study to study as well. So here we just have a custom ISF folder structure that we have here, including a holding area. The thumbnails are generated on the right-hand side here, and it's telling us within this folder, we have 7 total documents. We can see 7 pending review. It looks like there's 1 expired. How many are considered complete? So that would be considered a review process in place. And then also how many folders are empty, and we have a rejected count again for that approval and review process if that's required. Again, a couple different ways we can view. Currently, these are thumbnails, but if I change this to a list view, that's my preference because, again, I can see within each folder without actually having to click in if there's any pending review or expired. These are hyperlinks as well, so at any point I can take a look and click in to see what are those pending review documents that I can action, what are those expired documents that I can action a lot quicker, and at any point those can be, you can take a look at those at any time. As I said, it is a custom folder structure can be applied, DIA or otherwise. The system can support that. So we'll go ahead and take a look at our holding area. We'll go in there. Right, so we'll just take a look at uploading. You can drag and drop or upload directly from your computer. Depending on what that review process looks like, we'll work with you to configure a workflow that works so that all of the applicable parties get the notifications when a document is uploaded, and we can restrict certain actions to certain users as well. I'll take a look at this document that we uploaded. Side-by-side view is great because we're able to see the document on the left-hand side as well as that metadata on the right. So I can enter that. Again, these fields are configurable if you wanted to capture different information. And that, again, can go through an approval process. If you have multiple reviewers, that can be configured as well. Notifications for those upcoming expired documents, X number of days before that document is set to expire, that can be sent to the appropriate staff members so they can action that. So that was it in terms of being able to, leverage all of the modules across the unified platform. There, we also have, as I mentioned, portals. We saw that volunteer or participant portal. You can also leverage CRO portals, sponsor portals, to have those third parties view any data that they might be entitled to see. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I really appreciate your attentiveness during this. Pooja, I'll hand it back to you for any questions we might have got during that.
Thank you so much, Corinne. I'll now just open the round for Q&A. We do see a couple of questions pouring in. Let me just get them to you. So our first question is, can a subject be tracked right from a lead stage up to study enrollment? Corinne, you want to take this up?
Yeah, absolutely. So, yes, to say, to keep it short, yes, by using the patient recruitment module in conjunction with that e-source, you have the ability to track that lead all the way from when it first enters your system and then able to see all of the studies that they are enrolled in as well. So, yes, we can track them all the way using our patient recruitment as well as our e-source.
Okay. The next question is around GDPR, if the system is GDPR compliant.
Yes, and Tanir might have mentioned that earlier as well. It is GDPR, compliant, HIPAA 21 CFR Part 11 compliant. We have our ISO 9001 and 27001 certifications as well.
Okay. And the next question is, what are the language capabilities? Does it support multiple languages or just English?
Great question. Yeah. So being built on Salesforce, our system can be set up in various languages, as well as those forums and those CRFs or those eCRFs. They can be configured in multiple languages as long as we're provided with the translated documents. So that's definitely doable in our system as well.
All right.
Great question.
The next question is, how do I provide access to my e-source data to a sponsor or CRO? And are we able to give access only to limited data?
Right. Yeah. So great question. Again, leveraging those portals, we can provide access. We can create a CRO portal, a sponsor portal. They can enter, view, again, just limited data to what you would like to expose to them. Not everything should be available for them to see, and you can limit that with the portal usage.
Okay, I hope that answers the question. The next one is, how do I bring in data from a system that I'm sunsetting?
Awesome. Yeah, great question. And we've done that a few times. Unfortunately, system sunset. So we have to control for that. Migrating the data is very simple. We leverage the Salesforce data loader. So from your existing system, you would export that data in either an Excel or a CSV format, or whatever format we can convert it on our end and then feed it into the system. All of that information will be uploaded and available.
Thanks, Corinne. So next question we have from Jake. How does your system handle PHI and PII?
Great question. Yeah, so that can be controlled with access permissions. So if there are certain users of the system that shouldn't be seeing certain fields, we can control down to a field level who's able to see what. And then even just a little bit further, we also have an AI tool. Tanir might have briefly touched upon it, or maybe that was you, Pooja, in the beginning when we were talking about our clinical wave. AI tool can be used. You can upload PDF documents into that for automated PHI redaction. So happy to schedule demos of that going forward.
Yeah. So if you want to take a demo, you can shoot us an email on info@cloudbyz.com. Great. So next question is from Andrew. How do I provide access to my e-source data to a sponsor or CRO? And are we able to give access only to limited data?
Yeah, we went over that one, Pooja.
But I think it's the same question, yeah. Okay, so next one is from Ryan. Can central laboratory or IRT data be integrated?
Absolutely, yes. So as long as there is that open-ended API, because we are built on top of Salesforce, it's very easy to integrate with third-party systems. That would include lab data as well, so that can be readily available within the system for the CRFs as well.
Okay, great. So I don't think we have any more questions. Alrighty, so as we approach the conclusion of today's webinar, I want to extend my sincere thanks to our speakers and all of you for your active participation. Before we wrap up, remember to look out for a follow-up email containing the webinar recording, additional resources, and ways to stay connected with the community. And also keep an eye on our website for updates on future webinars and events. For more information, you can contact us at info@cloudbyz.com or shoot us an email on info@cloudbyz.com for setting up any demo request. Thank you once again for being a part of this insightful journey. Until next time, thank you so much for joining us today.